What's up, guys, and welcome back to SCUM. Now, this video is going to be probably a little bit shorter video than usual, and it's not really going to be a it's not part of a series or anything like that. I wanted to showcase one of the new features of this latest update that I don't know how many other people are talking about because it was not the focus of the update. The focus of the update was the free roaming animals being back in the game. But I noticed one of the new settings was that we can now disable the radiation. I don't know if you can see over there. That's the reactor building. We're at the campground. For those of you that have been with the game for a long time, you know that this place has been irradiated for a long time now. Those of you that don't know or are new to the game, there's a little campground here just south of the reactor in the irradiated zone. But, as you can see, we are not getting irradiated at all. So, we can now turn that off. The fog will still persist once we get into the city, and I'll show you guys that. But, yeah, we can now use this campground again. So, needless to say, I'm going to be using the campground in our next series. And speaking of next series, I got a new PC. I mentioned that in the last video that I was looking at getting one because my old one was crapping out. I did get a new PC, and unfortunately, installing SCUM on the new PC, I was not able to keep any of my characters or anything like that. So all of the progress that we had from last season, that's all gone now. So we're going to be starting a new season. And I want to give you guys the opportunity to decide on it, at least a little bit of the season. I think what I'm going to do is leave a lot of the settings at default. So we're gonna leave like puppet numbers at default, at least to start with. New animal numbers, we're going to leave those at default. Loot, we're going to leave... I'm not sure on loot. I'm not sure because I noticed... And I want to show you guys. Let's see, I think it's in features. I did fiddle with a little bit of, I'm not real sure why, because this is just a bonus thing, so we're not really going to do a whole lot here. But, let's see. Where was all of that? You see, as per usual, I have all of these boosted because we never keep a character very long. Here we go. Spawning. This is default settings. I have not changed these at all. This is what the default settings are now for loot. So default settings for loot now are 2.0 for normal loot. The examine spawner probability, which as I understand it is when you actually search a container. That's up to 5 now. So I don't know. What I want to kind of do with this next season is just kind of leave things at default and see how the game is supposed to be played at default. And that includes, let's see, NPC stuff. So I haven't changed really any of the stuff here. Like the max allowed characters, 180, which that's more than we ever see in single player anyway. But max allowed puppets, it says default is unlimited. So we're going to kind of see how that goes. I'm still going to disable sentries. I hate them, and you guys know that. The puppets, though, their default health is now 0.6, and so are NPCs. For whatever reason, their default health now is 0.6. I've changed these back. I've reset the puppets to 1.0, and then I've gone ahead and set the limping threshold and doubled their running speed so that they're kind of the way that we had them before, aside from their just default health. But that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about, is how would you guys like the puppets set up? Do you guys like the limping puppets that are tougher? Or do you want to go back to, kind of default puppets? We could do something like they're faster than normal puppets, but have lower health so that you can't really run away from them, but you are able to fight them. We could do something like that. If we do that, then their damage is probably going to either be default or maybe slight. We could adjust their damage one way or another a little bit. But I want you guys to decide that. So either stick with the slow puppets like what we have been using that are hard to kill, but they hit hard. So if you do get caught, you're in trouble. Or, go to, back to runners. But, make it to where they're... You can't really run from them, but you are able to fight them more effectively. So we can either have slow puppets that are better to run away from, or fast puppets that are better to fight. So let me know what you guys would like to see on that. As far as how the series is going to go, like I said, I'm gonna check out this place a lot. But anywho, we'll figure that stuff out in the future. But I want to kind of show off this place to you guys, and especially those of you that have not seen the campgrounds before, because it's always been irradiated. Also, I'm hoping that the audio is still okay. I've been fiddling with it quite a bit, trying to get it right. My recording software did not want to cooperate for the longest time, so... Anywho. But yeah, there you can see the fog, so... Maybe you're thinking, oh, well, back over there, you're just outside the radiation. And so, you're okay back there. But now that we're in the fog, we'd be getting irradiated. Well, we're still not. So... we're actually doing pretty okay. Now, for those of you that would like to know where that setting is for the radiation, go into server settings, world, map. And it's down here at the bottom. Enable radiation. Just set it to off, and hey, the radiation goes away. Now, you will have to restart your server or, log out, log back in if you're in Sandbox. But then you can safely explore the irradiated zone, because it will no longer be irradiated. And I have been looking forward to something like this for such a long time. So have a lot of people, as I understand it. We have wanted the radiation to go away for a long time now. Now, I don't know how they've changed this since 1.0, because nobody ever used this. There was literally no point in coming here. Ever. Because it's always been irradiated. Oh, hi. Just for the purposes of this video, since this is just kind of an exploration kind of showcase video, I've got puppet damage turned off, so just so you guys are aware of that. But see, we're into some heavy irradiated fog. I mean, again, you can see the reactor building over there. And still, nothing. No symptoms, no nothing. Oh, I can't get up there from here. Drat. Would like to actually take you guys to the reactor building, just because that's where you're going to have the highest concentration of radiation. I kind of wish that you could get rid of this fog but oh well. It leaves the creepy factor and lets you explore this area. What the hell was that noise? I don't know what that noise was. But, I mean, you can see again, we're here right next to the reactor building. And I know, trying to do all of this on the motorcycle. What in the world is that noise? Is that some kind of animal or something? I don't know. I've never heard it before. But anywho. Now, this will make... Like, if you do runs to the reactor building to get depleted uranium, which is the only reason to come here before, turning off the radiation obviously will make that a lot more feasible. So, for those of you looking for something like that, good way to make some... It's definitely some kind of animal. It's coming from over... What in the hell is that? I'm extremely curious. Sorry, this was not really intended to be part of the video, but... I'm just curious as to what the hell that noise is. I'm assuming it's some kind of animal. Be fascinating if there was actually like mutated creatures or something in here. Now, let's see. Are you one of the edible, like, safe-to-eat mushrooms? Yes. Okay. Well, I'm curious because that's food. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we ate that. No radiation. I don't know what kind of critter that is, but it's something that we're not going to worry about right now. Also, for the purposes of this video, just to make things easier... What in the hell? Is it an animal, or is it some kind of, like, siren thing for here? I don't know. But, anywho, to make things easier for this video, I have set infinite stamina, as well as infinite ammo. And we have a pistol. Don't really intend to mess with anything like that, but it was more in case we get surrounded or run into some NPCs. Well, there's a horse. Well, heck, there's a horse right there. Now, it'd be really nice if we are... Wow. I've never actually been this close to a horse in SCUM. Can I... Oh, man, I wish we could ride these. Oh, you're leaning slightly. You okay, horse? You okay? You're slightly lopsided. You feeling okay? But here in the city, still no radiation. I love this. I really do. I've been wanting to be able to get rid of the radiation for a long time now. It's still, like I said, you still have all the fog. But honestly, that kind of makes this area a little more creepy. Now, as far as I know, there's not like a police station or... Good lord, there's a pig. And again, this is with animals at default. Now, I'm trying to remember where in here... Okay, like, there should be the park. So just southeast. Perfect, so just keep going this way. Also, I hope that the... graphics settings and whatnot are okay for you guys. We are stuck on a frickin' sign. Great. Oh. Ow. Heck. There we go. I hope graphics and audio and stuff are okay for you guys. Like I said, new computer. It is a significant improvement over my old one. I will say that much. I'm not a computer whiz by any stretch of the imagination. So, you know what? I'm actually curious. So, I'm sure that I could have done better with this PC, but I was also kind of limited to what they had in the store at the time. Is there actually anything in these? Like, anything useful or good? That was barracks. Well, hot diggity dang, would you look at that. So, there might actually be reason to come here. We're not going to bother taking anything, because it's just, you know, like I said, this is not a series. This is just kind of checking this out, because we can now. Now, just going by what we're seeing thus far for puppet numbers, I'm inclined to say that we should go ahead and increase their numbers. Now, I do have low player count mode turned on. So, even with that, we're still not seeing a whole lot of puppets. Good lord, there's more animals all over the place. Holy crap. So, I think we do need to increase the number of puppets. But, again, I will leave it up to you guys how we set them up. So again, if you guys want them to be fast again, we can do that. If you're liking the slow puppets, we'll do that. Just let me know what you guys would like to see. Really? Ah, gosh dang. It's stuck on so many things. There we go. No, not push. Drive. Now, I have no idea if I'm going the right way. I'm clearly not, because this is a dead end. I'm trying to get to the park so that you guys can see, like, the Ferris wheel and that kind of thing, because those are really cool things to see. But trying to actually get there is a bit of a pain in the butt. Especially considering I haven't been here in a long time. And I've only been here a couple of times, so even just trying to figure out where things are in the first place is tricky. Especially when you have all this fog, so you can't even see things at any kind of a distance. And then you're in the trees and whatnot. Okay, well, we are in the park now, anyway. Trying to keep my eyes peeled. For the Ferris wheel, preferably. Just because it's a really cool thing to see. I don't know how much you guys care about or even know about, like, Chernobyl and Pripyat and stuff like that, but I have always been fascinated by it. And we actually had a thing on, I think it was our PlayStation, where you could actually take, like, a VR tour of Chernobyl and Pripyat. You know, they went in with cameras and recorded a lot of things, and it had, you know, descriptions of what all the different places were, and points of interest and that kind of thing. And, that was just really cool. Rarg, I heard you over here. Not really interested in you guys right now. Can you tell me where the Ferris wheel is? I hear a chicken. And again, oh, I hear a goat as well. You seem grumpy. Turns out I'm not even in the right spot for the Ferris wheel, or I'm not in the correct park or anything like that. That is entirely possible. Would not surprise me one bit. There's a bench there. Anywho, even if we don't find the Ferris wheel and stuff, you guys can see that, you know, we're not getting irradiated at all. Where the heck is this? Dang it. There's the whole reason I wanted to come here. Still see no radiation whatsoever. Still foggy as hell, though, so you can't see anything. My God, though, listen to all the animals, though. Holy crap, they did a good job actually bringing them back. Oh, we're not even in the city anymore. Okay, well. Tell you what, I'm gonna just kind of drive around here for a bit and see what I can find. We'll just show it to you guys if I'm able to find anything. How about that? Alright, guys, I finally managed to find it. I don't know how many times I drove past the dang thing. It helped when I remembered that there's a setting for turning the fog off. And that does affect the radiation fog here. So you can turn that off, and then you can just freely explore the city a lot easier. But, yes, we do have the iconic Ferris wheel here in the middle of the city. It is right about smack dab in the middle. It is in this park area here, just on kind of the east side of the park. So yeah, we've got not only the Ferris wheel, but we've got just a whole bunch of just really creepy but really cool stuff. So you've got like the old bumper car arena here. I mean, I've explored this place a couple of times before. You guys have seen the videos, maybe. I don't know, maybe you haven't. If you're new to the channel, you probably haven't seen the videos. But I've done a couple of tour videos of this whole city. God, there are a ton of animals in this city. Holy crap. But yeah, this is just nestled in the middle of all of this stuff. I mean, it's, you can see buildings and whatnot right there, but just being able to explore this now without getting irradiated, without having to come in with a hazmat suit. And now you can actually come in and you can take loot out of here. So there's actually a reason to come here now. Also, I'm not sure what the deal is with the creepy doll sitting on the table, but, yeah. But anywho, this is what I really wanted to show you guys here. And again, no radiation at all. So we're doing just fine. I'm really liking this new setting. I've been wanting this for a long time. Anywho, I think that'll probably do it for this episode. Again, this was just kind of an episode showing you guys, or showcasing, the new setting to where this place is actually explorable again. So I'm super happy about that. I'm not going to go over anything else that was in the update because I'm sure that, every other YouTuber out there that does SCUM videos has probably already made videos on that. But, I mean, heck, you guys have seen the biggest feature of it, and that's the returning free roaming animals. I mean, you guys have seen just how many there are around this city. So, they did a good job with that. I'm looking forward to actually exploring that some more. But anywho, that is going to do it for this episode. Again, let me know what you guys think we ought to do for this next season. Do you think, what do you, I'm kind of looking at setting loot back to just like 1.0, just normal default. So, 1x, essentially. We're going to boost the puppet numbers because I haven't hardly run into any puppets in here. So we're going to boost those back up. But as far as the puppet settings, let me know what you guys would like to see. And I guess if you guys have any suggestions for how you think we should do the season, let me know. I can tell you this. I'm going to be spending a lot of time at this campground. I'm going to probably make a base at this campground because it actually has a lot to offer. I mean, it's already, I've wanted to do a base here for a long time, but it's right on the river, so you've got fishing. You've actually got a pretty interesting POI to come check out, and we will do a proper exploration of this. But you're not far from, like, the hospital down here. I don't know, there's probably a hospital in here somewhere. I don't know. But, you're not far from a lot of interesting POIs. You got hospital, scrapyard for parts. You're not far from a couple of traders. So, anywho, for this next season, we're probably going to be trying to get here if we don't spawn over in this area. And then we're probably going to be spending a whole lot of time in this area here, which I don't normally spend any time in because it's always been irradiated. So, That's kind of my current very rough plan for this new season. Um, but if you guys have any suggestions as far as particulars, let me know in the comments. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, I'd appreciate you hitting that like button. And if you haven't done so already, I'd also greatly appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It lets me know that you like what I'm doing and that you'd like to see more of it. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and plug the links in the description as per usual. Sorry, I love this view. We've got a couple of charities, St. Jude Children's Hospital and Wounded Warrior Project, both linked in the description. So if you'd like to support either of those charities, please check out those links. Then we have my Discord server, as well as the Discord server for the Wolfpack multiplayer SCUM server. It is a PvE server. We have player-to-player damage turned off, and player locks cannot be picked, so you don't really have to worry about toxic players or griefers or anything like that. It's just a nice, chill PvE server. We have sentries and dropships turned off, but everything else is pretty close to default, other than we've got puppet numbers maxed out. So it's just a nice, chill server. If you're looking for a true PvE server where you can just meet some chill people and have a good time just enjoying the game rather than, worrying about if you're going to get shot in the face, come check us out. Check out the Discord link. Make sure you read the server rules page, and if it all sounds good to you, get in touch with one of the admins listed in that server rules page, and somebody can get you set up with the password. And then we've got my wife's YouTube channel, where she posts a variety of content, including ambient rain videos, comedy videos, paranormal videos, where she posts informational content on various haunted locations, as well as some evidence that we have captured because we are amateur paranormal investigators. And then we do family live streams over there, where we play multiplayer games like Phasmophobia. And we are also getting into storm chasing over on her channel. So if any of that content sounds interesting to you, please go check her out. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. And I will see you guys in the next one.